All right, we're live. Here we go. It is Halloween, everybody. That means we got some 1-2 going on. This game is to die for. We got a spooky game going on for today. We've got some pretty good players here. A good lineup so far joining the table. We've got 2 seats open right now, but I do expect that they will be filled here pretty soon. It looks like we're about ready. We got our dealer, Aiden, dealer extraordinaire, in the box right now, shuffling things up. And we've got players at the table ready to go. We've got Halloween here. And Mr. Scream himself showing up as well. That's Basil, always dressed to impress there in seat 1. And we're going to get things rolling here. So congratulations, everybody. Oh, come on. Congratulations, everybody, for tuning into this live stream. It is Halloween. Hopefully, y'all are pre-gaming, getting ready for some festivities today. Looks like it's going to be a good game going on here. We're dealing out for the button to see who gets the button, and it looks like there we go. Looks like that's gonna do it. We got that button starting out on Mr. Buddha in seat 8, and we're gonna rock and roll here. Got a couple of things going on here at KoJack's. One is the new month of November. So we've got some crazy stuff happening. We've got the Deep Stack tournament on the 3rd and the 17th. And we've also got the Bounty tournament coming back on the 10th and 24th. So every Sunday, we're going to have some pretty wild tournaments. That Bounty tournament has been doing pretty good. As well, that Deep Stack is going to be new. $240 re-entry, $100 add-on. We got a $3K guarantee on both of those. So depending on which flavor you prefer your guarantees to be in, we got you covered. And look at this. It looks like we've already got a blind raise up to $6 there from Mr. Alejandro, or a.k.a. Alex. He's going to be, looks like providing us with some action here nonstop. Much like what we saw last week with our 1-2 game. It's going to be a pretty good game. So glad you have joined us. Thank you for tuning in here to KoJack's. We've got one viewer right now. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know who's watching. And let me know as the viewers start streaming in, let me know where you're watching from and who you've got as the favorite for this game. Who do you think is going to get up to 1K first? Let me think. I've got it on maybe Tony. Maybe Raphael, maybe Joseph. I think somewhere around the center of the table, opposite the dealer, I think is going to be where we see that first 1K hitting. The buy-in is $60 to $200, so we've got a little bit of money on the table already. Basil, again, always dressed to impress right there. Alex with the 4 deuce, raising it up blind. Tony with the Jack 7. Last night I saw Jack 7 sucking out on aces. So anything can happen here. Tony wants to play it. Buddha with the Queen 6 suited. He did get the button with the high card. And Basil with the King Queen. The Scream Mask himself, Mr. Spooky right now out of the small blind, did fold a mystery hand. Probably not as good as Jack 7 or 4 deuce. And it looks like a fight between Superman and Pikachu going on in the background over there. Hayden dealing out a flop here. I believe it comes out all diamonds. So Basil with would have had the King high flush. And we are settling in to this Halloween live stream, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Starting to see a couple of viewers popping up, starting to populate. Thank you very much for tuning in on this All Hallows Eve. Hoping everybody is having a good time. And looks like Tony took it down on that one. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Let me know if you are pre-gaming what your favorite Halloween snack is. Josh in the chat saying he's on his way. Very cool, Josh. Very cool. As of about 15 minutes ago. We are running on a delay. We have 2 seats open, but I do believe they do fill up. But we've also got a couple of cash games running. We've got a 5 on the button that is full, and I think we have another 5 on the button table that just started. So if you're interested in playing some poker, we got the stakes for you. If you want to play 1-2, we got you covered. If you want to play 5 on the button, we have also got you covered. I pull up this Poker Atlas app. If you don't have Poker Atlas yet, hurry up and download it. That is a great way to add yourself to the list and see what's running, not only here at KoJack's, but our sister club, CCC, or our other sister club, the River League. Yeah, we got a 5 on the button going right now. We got the live stream going right now, and we should have a possibly, maybe a round of each going on here pretty soon. So if you're interested in playing a round of each, 5 on the button, add yourself to the list on Poker Atlas or come up and see us, and we'll see if we can't get that game rolling. Now, we've got Ace-Queen versus the 7-Deuce. Not exactly what you would expect these two holdings to go up against each other, but hey, that's KoJack's on Halloween. Buddha with the 7-Deuce, actually way ahead right now with the pair of deuces. Joseph with the Ace-Queen is going to check it over to Buddha, who's betting 26. Joseph thinking about it. Ace-Queen, 2 overcards. A couple of opportunities to improve with the right turn card. And he does throw in a call. Let's see. Aiden in the dealer box. Let's see what he puts out on the turn. It's a 5 of hearts. No help to Joseph. Buddha's still ahead. 7-Deuce game is not on technically, but these players probably are not going to like to see losing to 7-Deuce. Buddha, look at this. A chunky bet right there. Throwing out a couple more chips. He's got position. He's got the pair of 2s. It is good right now. And, yeah, gets Joseph to fold. Let's see. Yep, he shows the 7-Deuce. And he was bluffing with the best hand. Joseph needed an ace or a queen on that river and did not live to see it thanks to that chunky bet. The button moves. Moving over to Basil in seat number 1. And that means we've got small blind and big blind there in seats 2 and 3. Here's a look at our, let's see if the seat chart comes up. Yeah, there we go. We got Basil in seat 1 with $193. Alex in seat 2 with $211. Raphael, seat 3 with $200. Mr. Joseph in seat 5 at $157. Tony in seat 6, $192. And we've got Woody absent from the table right now. He's coming in seat 7 with $200. Buddha is up on the day, up $248. And Spooky said, yeah, just put a nickname on there for me. And I said, all right, sure. I'll put Spooky in there. So he's got $199 in seat number 9. And Joseph looks down at the jacks. This guy really knows how to get some cards. I got to take some lessons on how to do that. Ace-Queen to pocket jacks. Not too bad right there. He's going to raise it up to $12. Woody still absent from the table right now. Alex holding another jack. Basil folding the 7-6. And it looks like Raphael getting a discount, coming along for the ride with a Queen 4 offsuit. And there we go. The flop comes ace high, but it also has a 4. Pair of 4s for Raphael. Joseph's jacks are still best. Check on the flop. Raphael looking for a queen or another 4. There's a diamond. Could bring Raphael the flush. Rafa's going to bet it out. Joseph going to make the call with his middle pair, second pair, jacks. And there's a jack for a set. Joseph gets the check mark. Let's see, how much value can he get from it? He's going to bet big. Raphael did bet 15 on the turn. Surrenders the betting lead on the river. I was going to say, does he think his queen high or pair of fours with a queen kicker. Does he think that's best? What would Joseph be calling with and checking the flop with? It's jacks. Joseph puts in the call. Or sorry, Raph puts in the call. And Joseph tables the jacks and says, hey, look at that. I got a pot. Aiden making sure the count is right. And there we go. On to the next one. Joseph chipping up to 230. I believe all these players did come in for the max, $200. So anybody above that has won so far. We have not seen any add-ons. And anybody below that $200 mark, unfortunately, is down a little bit on the day. And we are multi-way here to the flop. We got 4 players. Flop comes out 6-5 tray. Nobody making a pair. Nobody with spades. Tony with the backdoor heart draw. Chris Carter saying, good God, save me a seat. Yes, indeed. We'll see what we can do, Chris. Always good to have more fish at the game. And here we go. Checks around. A 10 on the turn gives Joseph the check mark with just king high. Joseph's going to bet out here. There he goes. Thrown out. Looks like $25. Tony makes the fold. Spooky folding as well. Joseph drags another pot. King high. Going to do it. Not a huge pot, but hey, a pot nonetheless. And that'll put Joseph up a little more on the day. Here's a look at the earnings. And we do have Miss Marianne coming into seat number 10. And we've got Mr. Dennis coming into seat number 4. Here's a look at some of the winnings. Joseph, the big winner so far, but Buddha trails pretty closely behind, up $56 for Joseph and up $48 for Buddha. We've only seen just a couple of hands, so these numbers are definitely going to be changing. Raphael down the most so far, down $74, but he could easily make a comeback, and I expect he will. And we are moving on here to the next hand. How's everybody doing for Halloween? Let me know, what are you dressing up as for today? I went as a coworker, Mr. Robert, who sometimes deals in the box on our live stream, but he's actually our IT guru today. He is in the booth with me right now. So kind of funny. We got the same guy here 2 times in the background, working to bring the best poker to the best people. Thanks for watching, everybody. Having a good time on Halloween. Having a good time. And look at this Buddha having a good time, too. He's got pocket 3s. He's in the +1 spot, so he's going to raise it up to 8. Alex coming along for the ride with the 7-4 offsuit. That's the new ace-king, as far as I'm concerned. Joseph making the call with the 8-5. And Tony with the ace-deuce. Let's see. Let's go with a 4-5-6 here on the flop. Nope. Instead, it's Jack, Jack, 10. No players making any new pairs. Buddha's still ahead with his pocket threes. But you'll notice Tony has more equity with the ace deuce. A 6 on the turn, a 6 of diamonds. Still no help to anybody. Buddha's equity does improve now that the other players remain unpaired. Let's see if he decides to bet at it. Counting out a couple of chips here. He says, hey, if nobody wants that pot, let me take a stab, see if I can take it down right now. Alex 18 to call. He's going to fold with the 7-4. 8-5 out of the way, and Tony's ace deuce goes into the muck also. Buddha's going to take that pot down. $50 headed his way, 24 of which is profit. And there you go. We have made it through hand number 5. Moving on to hand number 6. I'll tell you what, we've got music running at almost all times here at KoJack's. Unless we've got a sports game. We're watching the World Series yesterday. But the last song that was playing before I jumped in here to the booth was Christina Aguilera's timeless classic, Genie in a Bottle. And it is stuck in my head right now. I will try my hardest to refrain from singing. I don't want to put you guys through that. But if it slips out, hey, don't judge me. And Spooky coming along with the 8-7 here. I had to mute the mic because I was singing for a second. All right, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways here to the flop. King 4 for Tony. Pocket threes for Buddha once again. He's got the same hand twice in a row. Can't do anything about that. And Spooky looks like he has already... he's about to fold. 8-7 suited. He's actually got pretty decent hand with this board. 10-6-4. All diamonds. Tony with the king high flush draw. Joseph with the ace high flush draw. Spooky with the somewhat backdoor straight flush draw. I don't believe the 8 or the 9 of diamonds is out of play. And it looks like the 5 of diamonds is still in play as well. You give me 4 to a straight flush, I am calling anything. And it looks like Joseph has raised it up to 31. He's got the pair of 4s. He's got the ace high flush draw. I like to see that raise. He's on the button as well. Too many players in this pot if you've got such a strong hand. Certainly a good time to put in that raise. And it looks like Tony wants to make the call here. He's got the king high flush draw and a pair of 4s. So unfortunately, he is completely dominated by Joseph. But I don't hate the call. He's out of position. This is one of those flops that'll get you in trouble, potentially, or make you a lot of money, potentially. Buddha with the pocket 3s here does not have the best hand. Mary with a pair of 10s does right now. Alex is up and down, though. On a flush-heavy board like that, you got to be a little bit concerned. Let's see if Spooky decides to chase his straight flush, somewhat of a draws, runner, straight flush draw. Nah, he does not. That is probably the smart decision there. Mary folds the best hand. Raph is second now with the 10 deuce. And Alex is up and down. But again, with that flush-heavy board, it's going to be tough to make that call. He's got a decent amount of equity. We can see that he's actually getting about the correct pot odds for his hand, assuming Raph calls. No, Alex does make the fold. And so does Raphael. We are 2 ways now to the turn. Both players with a pair of 4s, both players with a high flush draw. That queen of clubs does not help either player. Joseph, the runaway leader here for this hand. And looks like it goes check, check. No, Tony checks. Joseph counting out $50, a big bet. I like it. Keep the aggression on. And whether Joseph knows it or not, he's actually value betting right here. He has the best hand, trying to get Tony to come along. Could have maybe sized down a little bit, more than half pot. But he does throw out a half pot size bet. Wow, look at this. Tony shows the king of diamonds, and Joseph shows the ace. A little celebratory, motion right there. Tony realizes he really got away from a lot of danger. And Joseph chipping up again. Joseph can't lose so far. I think of the 6 hands that we've played, he's won 4 of them with the best hand. Pretty good to see right there. Okay, so I'm changing my vote. I think Joseph is going to be the first one up to 1,000 for today. So far, he's doing pretty good. He's up to 321, about a third of the way there. Just needs to drag a couple more large pots. Let's see if he's got what it takes, or if the cards keep coming his way, he may be able to make it happen. Buddha, $264. Dennis, whoa, right at 200. Woody right at 200 as well. Has missed a blind, so he will be absent from the table for now. And here we go. Moving on to hand number 7. I think 31 will be the lucky hand if we can make it that far. It is Halloween. It is the 31st of October. Mary putting out a call. Queen 5 offsuit, going to be good enough to play this time. Basil also throwing out a call with the suited king of spades. Alex raising up with the pocket deuces. You know what they say, deuces never loses. And Dennis with the ace queen. All right, Joseph, the big winner so far today. Jack 8. And here we go. 6 ways to the flop. A 10-handed game. Queen 4 deuce. Dennis hits his top pair, top kicker. Mary, though, in trouble. She also hits a pair of queens. Alex Deuce is flopping a set. He's going to go ahead and bet out $10. The pre-flop aggressor with a C bet. Dennis in a lot of trouble here, top. He's going to raise to 35. That should thin the field pretty significantly. I don't expect Mary to make the call here, but she might, and she does. She has a queen. It is not a great queen, and we can see that she's dominated by Dennis, who is decimated by Alex with the set of 2s. Basil with the king 6. Backdoor spade draw. Not likely to come through. He's also got a backdoor straight draw, but hard to count on those backdoor draws. Look at him sneakily sliding the cards into the muck. The call is coming from inside the house. Alex going to make the smooth call here. 3-bet. Could have scared the other players away. Oh, no. Look at this. Now, Mary... likely saved by that ace on the turn. Alex going to throw out a pretty good bet here. It looks like $45 or $55, maybe 60. $50 is the bet. Now Dennis has got to wonder, why is this guy betting into me so strong? Is he bluffing? Does he realize what kind of hand I'm holding? Can Dennis get away from this? Honestly, I don't believe I would be able to. 2 pair, top 2 pair, no less. He throws in the call. Oh, no. All in. And again, yeah, that ace should save Mary some money. She is out of there. Miss Marianne dodging this one. And Alex throwing in a call. I think they say one time. One time. Dennis really just looking for an ace or a queen. Oh, and that river is not. It's another 2. Alex hits quads on the river. And I believe Dennis is covered. Alex chipping up all the way up to 450, your new chip leader. Dennis not looking happy about that, but can you blame him? Unbelievably unfortunate run out there. Kind of twisting the knife with that river, right? Alex already good, just needs to fade an ace or a queen, but picks up a deuce instead, making quads. And there you go. A mountain of chips headed towards Alex. And it looks like Dennis is going to be adding on. Pulling out a couple of bills. And we've got Mr. Woody coming back. Mr. Woody graced us with a guest visit last week. Very cool. And he is going to be buying the blinds. And Dennis going to be buying some more chips. And there's $100 in Green Boys headed right to him. Again, a crazy, unfortunate run out. For Mr. Dennis. And we're on to hand number 8. Hand number 7, not a lucky hand for anyone except Alejandro, who raked a massive pot over there. Now our chip leader up to $450. Mary going to make the call with the ace-7. Basil with the 10 tray. He's going to put that right on into the muck. Alejandro, 6-4. Rafael with the ace-5. Dennis throwing his cards into the muck and quick. And now Joseph looks down at ace-king and a min raise up to $4. Just building the pot. Hey, if it's good enough for 2, it's probably good enough for 4. It looks like a lot of these players are going to be coming along. And we've got a pot here. 6 ways to the flop. $4 at a time. Ace, king, high with 2 diamonds. Joseph flopping top 2. We saw Dennis get in trouble with that very same hand just moments ago, and it looks like Rafael is going to be betting out. He's got 2 pair as well, the aces and 5s. And tough to put your opponent on ace-king, especially when you have 2 pair already. But that is the situation that we find ourselves in. Joseph just making the smooth call. I got to say, I like it. Enticing these other players to come along. The 4 deuce gets out of the way with the gutter ball to the wheel. Mary makes the call with her top pair. A queen on the turn. Doesn't change much. And it looks like Joseph is going to be betting out to the tune of $25. Mary's going to come along with her top pair. We got a lot of hoopla in the background. A lot of celebration. We're running on a 15-minute delay, so set your timers in about 15 minutes. Something crazy is probably going to happen. A 4 of clubs on the river. Joseph, top 2 pair, going to take her down here. He's got the check mark. If it gets to the river, wow, even Robert here in the booth was like, oh, so in 15 minutes, we got something crazy, I think, about to happen. Joseph raising it up. I like it. Good time to put in a raise. And it looks like Mary's going to make the call with her ace-7. Raff, he's not going to call. He's going all in. Now, Joseph with a decision here. Is he up against Jack-10? Is he up against 2-3? Top 2 is a good hand to have, but it does not beat a straight. A couple of draws did brick out, namely the diamond draw. Boom. Joseph makes the call. Mary, 24 more. She says she puts it in the middle. 2 pair versus 2 pair versus 1 pair. All of the aces accounted for. The case ace comes out on the flop. Costs a couple of players a lot of money. But makes Joseph a lot of money. He's up to 566 now, our new chip leader. Seems like our chip leader is going to be changing with every hand, and an absolute mountain of chips headed towards Joseph. And that is enough to get Raphael out of there. I don't blame him. Pretty disgusting run out once again. It is Halloween, so pretty spooky. We're seeing some scary cards here coming off. We're seeing some scary flops. Joseph up to 566. Alex up to 446. Boot up to 262. And the rest of these players are down a little bit. Got Mary down to 33, but she did add on. It looks like she added on 100. Our graphics will update here on the start of this hand. My computer system already showing 133. I've hacked into the mainframe and rectified that. I'm kidding. I didn't hack into anything. I don't have those skills. Basil with the 8-7 suited under the gun. There you go. Putting out a call. I like those suited connectors. Don't like the position, but I do like the call. Alex going to raise it up 16, it looks like. Dennis out of there. Tony out of there. Woody in there. Buddha out of there. And Mr. Spooky out of there as well as Miss Marianne. Now let's see if Basil decides he wants to come along for the ride. Another $14. He's already got 2 in the middle. 8-7 suited connectors. He's dominated by Alex, but has the connector possibilities as well as the suit working for him. Aiden putting out a flop, working hard. Ace-Jack 6. No help to Basil. All black cards, not working for Basil or Alex. Woody, though, with the gutter ball, needs a king to make Broadway. Alex does have top pair. Woody's going to be the one to bet. He's got a little position on these other players. Basil looks away, throws his cards into the muck. Alex makes the call. And we're off to a turn. It's a 7 of spades, bringing in the front door flush. Also giving Alex 2 pair, some boat possibilities. He doesn't like that 3rd spade. Woody still looking for a gut shot to a king, though that king of spades would be an uncomfortable one. So let's see if he decides to bet. Really just looking for 3 outs. Even then, depending on what Alex is calling with, Woody may be worried. Alex just got there on the flush. Instead, Woody's going to try and represent it. He's betting to the tune of $75. Very chunky bet. That leaves 72 behind for Woody. Alex, I don't expect to make a call here. It looks like he does go all in. One of his two options. Call is not one of them. Fold is one of them. And all in is the other one. Woody stepped in it with just queen high here. Queen high and a gut shot. I don't know if he can continue. 9% equity. He's got to put in another $72 to potentially win almost $600. He's getting close to the right price. And he does fold. He does fold his queen high. Alex chipping up again. Your chip leader remains. And he shows the 7. It was good, though. And he shows the ace as well. 2 pair. Going to be good enough. Kind of bluffing with the best hand once again. All right, we're moving on. Hand number 9 on the books. We've got 10 hands out of the way already. Let me know. I still don't have anybody in the chat saying what they dressed up for Halloween. I dressed as a coworker. My wife used my dinosaur costume from a little while ago, a couple years ago. We did a trunk or treat, and I dressed up as a dinosaur for the kids. And it's a real silly, it's like a onesie with like a dinosaur hat part, like a hood with teeth on it. And some of the kids thought it was scary, so I was kind of, yeah, search Amazon for dinosaur costume. And I don't know, it's a fuzzy one. It's not the big inflatable one that everybody seems to like, the T-Rex. Because I thought that would be too scary. But apparently the pajama-looking dinosaur costume was too much. So if anybody wants to do a trunk or treat for kids, watch out with the dinosaur costumes. Basil in the chat watching from North Korea. The chat is coming from inside the house. We've got 3 players looking to get into this pot here. Tony raising to 12, gets 2 callers. Tony with the A tray of spades, and Dennis with the 10-9 of spades. Flapping top pair for Dennis. No spades on that flop. Tony with a pair of 3s. Joseph with a pair of 4s. Each player getting a piece of this flop. Dennis, though, getting the best. He's going to contemplate this call here. $20 from Tony, who has been pretty quiet so far today. That raise seems pretty strong. And there's a deuce on the turn. Tony improves. He's got a gutter ball, looking for a 5 or an ace to pull ahead. Dennis's pair of 9s still best. Tony's going to throw out $12. Down bet over the turn bet. Giving a good price. Dennis goes ahead and makes the call, as does Joseph. All players with a pair. Let's see. Anything but a 5 will give Dennis the check mark. Oh, it's an ace instead. Tony gets the check mark here. Anything but a 5 or an ace. Now Dennis and Joseph way behind. Dennis going to check. Joseph cutting out some chips out of his great wall of chips over there. And he's going to bet out. Looks like 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. Tony making top and top and second to bottom pair. He's going to call. This game so far seems like the battle of the two pairs. If you don't have two pair, you don't have nothing. Tony, two pair, gets the check mark here. Basil saying poker's so sick. It's card dead right now. Yes, indeed. That is the way it goes sometimes. But when you're card dead for a little while, those cards eventually come running at you. You go on a heater. All right, here we go. We got a new player here. RBLDB8. Rebuild bait comes in with the king queen. Roble debate. Rebuy left dealer before eighting. I don't know. He's got the king queen. He's going to raise it up to 8. Paul in the chat. Thank you. Rebel debate. That makes sense. Mr. Josh is a debate coach or a debate teacher. Rebel debate. I like it. I'm going to call him Josh, though, just so everybody knows. Thank you for that, Paul. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. All right, we will be right back here. We'll keep the action going. All right, here we go. We're back in the action here. Had a little technical glitch you'll see in a little while. And it looks like Buddha with the full house, raising to 100. Does not get a caller out of Joseph. And Buddha going to show one of the cards. Looks like the 4 he shows. And there's the 5. Paul in the chat saying he was wishing he was here instead. Where you at then? Come by. Come check us out. Paul, one of our regulars. Absolutely great player, great guy. Jordan Riley saying 6 scoop. I agree. Yeah, we've seen some pretty wild scoops so far today. And here we go on to hand number 13, I believe. This one could get a little spooky, a little scary. It is Halloween after all. I wish this chat could send voice notes. Get everybody to do their best scary voice impression. The end of Thriller when he goes, ah, 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 ah. That's pretty good. Yeah, what's everybody's Halloween music of choice? What are we listening to on this very scary day? Buddha with pocket 9s here. Joseph with a 7-6. Spooky coming through with the 8 tray. Mary with the AK. She's going to call 16. Just a smooth call out of the hijack. Could have raised it up a little bit. Mary is a shark herself. Great player. And Dennis with the Queen 9 coming along. I like to see it. 4 pretty decent playable hands. And the flop comes out 10 high, 10, 7, 6. Joseph now with the 2 pair. Or should I say, again with the 2 pair. He is the white chip leader at the table, it looks like. Still about tree fitty in his stack. Buddha with the pocket 9s. Looking for an 8. Instead, it's a 10 on the turn. Buddha now looking for a 9 for a boat. Or a 10. Dennis holding one of those 9s. But Joseph's going to continue betting. He's got still 2 pair. He has been downgraded, though. Counterfeit. He's actually losing to Buddha now. Joseph with the 10s and 7s. Buddha with the 10s and 9s. Dennis looking for a jack. Doesn't get there. It's a 4. Not entirely a blank, but pretty blank as far as river cards go. Joseph going to be betting out here. Does not have the best hand. Let's see if Buddha can make the call. Dennis makes the fold. Buddha does make the call. And he shows the better 2 pair. And he gets the check mark. He gets the pot. Chipping up. Now we're to 581. Not quite good enough for our new chip leader. Alex still in the lead by only $4. 585 for Alex. 581 for Buddha. And the master debater himself, Rebel Debate, up to 276 in third place, just barely beating Joseph's 275. Tony up to 247. Dennis with $1 left behind. He's absent from the table for now. Suffered a couple of bad beats. Taking a break. I'm sure we'll see him back soon. He's still got a couple of chips on the table. And here we go. We're off to hand number 14. Number 13 was pretty spooky. 2 pair versus 2 pair once again. And it looks like the action has begun. But the stack chart has not disappeared automatically, as it usually does. Woody folds. Looks like Buddha may have called. So did Spooky, Marianne. And are moving on. We did have a glitch on one of these hands. This may be the hand that was glitching out. And we also had, it looks like Buddha raised. And we're off to a flop here. $7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Flop is 9 deuce deuce. Yeah, this one is this is the one. This is one of the glitched out hands. Our computer system is great, and our IT gurus. We've got Robert in the house today, as well as Mr. Chris, our regular IT guru, are excellent. But there are gremlins in the machine sometimes, and this looks like one of those times where we've got some gremlins. So let's go ahead and talk about what's coming up. Sundays are coming up. This weekend, we've got the $240 deep stack. I myself will be dealing. Check it out. $240 to enter, $240 to re-enter, $3,000 guarantee, and we've got a $100 add-on that'll happen in the break. Same story with the bounty tournament, $100 add-on there with $50 bounty chips per player you knock out. $200 will get you in the door, $50 for each player you knock out. So by my math, just knock out 4 players, you got your tournament paid for. Whether you win or lose, anything after that is profit. Just wait for the aces. Go all in. See who you knock out. I don't think the strategy is that simple. But if it were, that'd be pretty easy. So here's a look at the game. We're still going. We got Lauren in the box here, dealing it up. We got Jason coming through, checking things out, and we will have another glitch / break where we have to register a new deck. I'll be honest, partially my fault. Here we go. It is my bad, everybody. So we will register the deck, the new deck. We'll swap it out. Actually, we have one more hand here before we swap out the deck. So let's watch this hand. And yes, indeed, Dennis is adding on. He's got, looks like 2 bills coming there. Hello. A little button movement there. Dennis going to have to throw in blind to get rid of that missed blind button. If you are not familiar with live poker, if you get up from your seat, you lose the blind or it passes you by, you don't pay it in, you have to pay the blind back when you sit down. And that is exactly what's going on here. 200. And more chips. And the chips are correct. Here we go. Charlie's 1-2 game is what you're watching right now. Starts at 6 p.m. We did start a little bit late. We'll be running the stream for about another hour or so. And then we will call it off and let you go to your Halloween festivities. But I do appreciate everybody for watching. We've got some pretty good stuff coming again on Sundays this month. Got some wild tournaments. 3K guarantees on both of those. The deep stack will be this Sunday, so make sure to check that out. Buddha with the ace-8. Going to fold. Early position. Gets out of the way. I don't mind it. Weak ace, out of position. Certainly a good time to make that fold. Dennis with the Jack-10 in the cutoff does make the call for $2. And Tony out of the small blind. 7 deuce. He's going to play it, hoping for a flop of 7-7 deuce. Let's see what happens. Flop is not 7-7 deuce, but it does have a 7 on it. King high. Nobody holding a king. Nobody with a pair of kings quite yet. And Rebel Debate Joshua. He's got that flush draw working for him, an 8-high flush. But Woody's going to bet out. He's up and down, looking for a 3 or an 8. Josh thinking about a call, makes the call. Dennis makes the fold. Tony calls as well. He's got the pair of 7s, which is actually the best hand so far. Turn card is a jack. No help to any of these players here. It is not a 3 or an 8 for Woody. It is not a club for Josh. It's not a 7 or a deuce for Tony. He's still got the best hand, though. 69% equity. Tony's going to check. Woody's going to check behind. See if Josh goes for value here. Or bluff, semi-bluff. And he does. The opposite of value. 22 is the bet. Tony makes the fold. And Woody comes along for the ride. We'll see the 3 of clubs. Is it already out? It's a 10 instead. 8 high is best. Let's see if either of these players want the pot bad enough to bluff at it. And Josh decides he's going to bluff at it with 8 high, and Woody cannot call. So he folds. Josh bluffing with the best hand. Going to take it down. $109 headed his way. All right, here we go. This is me registering the deck. That's my costume right there. I dressed up as Mr. Robert, who is in the booth with me. Let's see what else we got here. We got the Charlie's Game flyer. Starts at 6 p.m. on Thursday, even on Halloween. We are running Charlie's 1-2 game. Make sure to check it out. If you are interested in playing this, you like the look of the live stream, you like how everything is going, sign up for the list. We've already got, well, we're about to have the next list for next week going on here. So make sure to come out for that. And then again, Sundays. Sundays, we got 3K in prize pool guarantees, 2 different flavors. We've got the Deep Stack tournament this Sunday and the 3rd Sunday of the month. The 2nd and 4th Sundays going to be the $200 bounty tournament. So a little variety to your Sunday action. Should be pretty good there. Make sure to check us out. 3K in guarantees, $240 to get into the Deep Stack and $200 to get into the bounty tournament. Both tournaments will have a $100 add-on that you can use to purchase more chips in the middle of the tournament. That'll be happening usually on the first break while we color up the smallest denomination chips, the blue 100 chips. So check those out. And it looks like the deck has been re-registered. We got a new deck ready to go. Again, partially my fault. I should have checked out all the cards to make sure they were working properly. We got one of these players that makes little animal things. Mr. Spooky. He's got a 3D printing business. He made a turtle and looks like a killer whale. And we got these players filtering back on in. And they're going to be coming on in. We did finish up our Permian Basin Poker series. But I don't want to speak too soon. We may have another one coming around. So make sure that you are in the loop. Sign up for our text messaging service if you are into that. Good way to stay informed about what we got going on. Or just watch the live streams. Always talking about what's coming up next. And there we go, Lauren in the box, shuffling up. And this hand may be a little bit glitchy also. That's not good. And here we go. Hand number 14. Or hand number 15. It's coming up. And there we go. We begin. I got to say, I love the ghost face, scary costume that Basil's got going on. And it looks like we've got a bet from Mr. Joseph. 25 is the bet. Gets a call from Woody. Buddha throws his hand away. Spooky. Putting in some chips. He's in the pot. Flop is King High, King 8-7. All rainbow here. Woody's going to check. Spooky's going to check. And Joseph going to check behind. Turn card is unknown. And it looks like Joseph's going to bet the turn. $25 to call. And Woody's going to fold, and so is Spooky. And we're moving on to the next hand. Buttons on Woody. Small blind on Buddha. Big blind on Spooky. Mary will be the first to act here on this hand, number 15. And she looks down in pocket sevens under the gun. She's going to call. And Basil with the king 5. Offsuit. Probably going to fold that one. And Alejandro looks to raise it up. But Dennis, pocket kings. Dennis 3 bets to $50. And Joseph's going to make the call here with a suited ace. Ace tray, a couple of wheel cards in hearts. Love it. And Marianne going to come along with the pocket sevens. Unfortunately, absolutely dominated here by those kings, but she could flop a set. She could flop maybe straight. It's possible. Let's see what the flop brings. Jack 6-6. Woody with pair of jacks. Top pair on the board. Dennis with the over pair. 2 diamonds on that board. No player holding diamonds. Mary's got one of them, but no flush draw as of yet. Dennis counting out the rest of his chips. Let's see if he puts them in the middle. Yep, he does. Looks like 150. And that'll get Joseph to fold. What are you really thinking about it? He's got a top pair. He's got the backdoor spades. He's got about 150 or less in his stack. Yeah, he's a little bit shy of that. It's like 115. Oh, shy of that. It's like 91. Mary getting out of there. No set, no straight draw. She folds. Alex with the queen nine makes the fold as well. Dennis getting a little change back on his bet. Woody is all in. Let's see if they run it more than once. There's a king. Dennis boats up. And the river card doesn't even matter, but it's an 8 anyway. Dennis with the check mark for the first board. A 10 on the turn for Woody. But the 5 is a blank, and Dennis's kings are still good. Jacks and 10s versus kings and 6s. Man, it looks like Woody's going to take off there. That is tough. Hitting top pair, and it is no good. A little quick dealer change here. A little time for Mary Ann to add on another hundo to her stack. And we've got Bree in the box, one of our new dealers. Bree has been known to deal some heat. Let's see if she continues that streak here for today. Marianne getting $100 in chips. We've been going strong for about an hour and 10 minutes, hour 12 minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Got a good couple of people checking out our Halloween live stream. We'd love to see you in the chat. We'd love to see you in the viewership. We love those likes, those comments, those subscribes. Make sure to hit that button. Let me know, what is your costume? What are you doing tonight? Did you go out on the town last weekend, or is this the weekend that you're going to be joining in some Halloween festivities? I'm dressed up as a coworker, Robert, who is going to give me some of his French fries that were just delivered. We got pocket threes for Alex here this time. We got Basil, the suited king. Mary looks down at the ace-jack offsuit. Not a bad hand at all. Tony raising it up with the king-queen, though. Gets a couple of callers. We're 5 ways to the flop here. And the board comes out king, jack, deuce. Pair of kings for Tony, pair of jacks for Mary, pair of kings for Basil. No set for Alex. It's a rainbow board. Basil going to bet out his top pair. He is way behind Tony's pair of kings, but looks like Tony just makes the call. I was thinking maybe he would raise it up. He does not. And the turn comes out a 4. Mary's still with middle pair. Basil now with the second best hand. He's going to bet. Looks like $30. That'll get Alex out of there. Tony counting out a call. King, queen, decent hand, given the dynamics here of this board and the way the betting has gone. He's going to make the call. Marianne also going to make the call here, looking for an ace for her. And the river card is an 8 instead. Basil pulls ahead with the 2 pair. Basil gets the green light to bet. And he bets 50. Tony with king, queen. Top pair, good kicker. No straight. But there are no straights on that board anyway. Tony may be wondering, is he up against King Jack? No, he makes the call. Marianne gets out of the way. Basil gets the check mark and the pot. Basil shows the 2 pair. He gets the pot. And Basil now up to 355 in his stack. Saying, damn it, boy. Halloween is here. He says, happy Halloween, peeps. Alejandro throwing the Superman. That's pretty funny. And there we go. We are moving on. We got hand number 15 on the books. Moving up. 16 on the books. Hand number 17 coming at you. Another prime number for this Halloween spooktacular. Now we are shuffling up. We are ready for that next hand. Basil now in the big blind. And more chips to show for it. And that'll put Alex under the gun here with a mystery hand. He's going to raise it up. Looks like $11. Rebel debate. Throwing out a call with the suited A tray. Joseph with the king 6 and Tony this time with the AK. He's going to call the $11. Newcomer Jason gets out of the way. Welcome to the table, sir. And Spooky with the queen jack. He's got that one suited of the diamonds variety. I'm playing most suited queens of diamonds. I like the lore. I like that. And the flop comes out with 2 diamonds, 8-7-4. Basil with the pocket 9s leading out. A little donk lead here, $20. Alex, the pre-flop aggressor. Going to make the call. He's coming along for the ride. No hearts for Josh. He folds. Joseph looking for a 5 to make a straight. He's going to call as well. Tony, he's got the ace of diamonds. He's going to call. Spooky coming along for the ride as well. We are 5 ways to the turn here. And we get that 5. Joseph making a straight. Basil with the overpair here and the gut shot. Looking for a 6 or a 10, but he's going to check this time. Or actually just looking for a 6. Alex checking as well after looking at his cards. Joseph with the straight now betting. Taking over the betting lead. Tony with the ace-king, 2 overcards. He folds. Spooky with the queen-jack. The diamond draw coming along. Basil, 25 to call. Looking for a 6. He's got the overpair. Joseph already holding one of the 6s that Basil needs. And the river card is a 4, pairing the board. But it's a 4 of diamonds. Spooky gets the flush. Counting out a bet. And that bet size might be all in. Sure enough, there they go. All the chips into the middle. Looks like about 65, 75. And Joseph makes the fold. Spooky dragging that pot, getting 342 chips out of that pot. There we go, chipping up. Mr. Spooky now up to 407 in his stack. $2.99 for Basil. Chip leader still Buddha, though, 580. Dennis in second place at 492. Alex at 480. Spooky at 407. Rebel debate, Joshua, 317. Basil at 299. Jason at 200. Right at the max buy. Hasn't played a hand yet. Newcomer to the table. Joseph at 105. Tony at 102. And Mary at $92. Just adding on $100 moments ago. Now Mary will need to catch some cards, but she's on the button here. Good position. Try and steal some chips out of the middle. And Joseph looking down at the Queen Jack. He's going to, looks like, go all in. 25, 24. Tony with the King 7. Is he going to call the $24 bet? No, he does not. Jason with the Ace 8 throws his cards in the middle. Buddha with the Ace 10 on the border here between a call and a fold. It looks like he's going to raise instead. Try to isolate. And that'll get the rest of these players out more than likely unless somebody looks at a big pocket pair. And Buddha taking his chips back. Looks like other players did fold. Here we go. And all in. Joseph with the Queen Jack is behind. Buddha picks up the pair of tens. Buddha picks up a heart draw. But the pair of tens is going to be good for that pot. $51 headed towards Mr. Buddha. Joseph, the early chip leader, now felted. He grabs his wallet. Looks like he is down for the count, unfortunately. Joseph, what a great showing. Great player. Ran into some bad hands. And looks like he may be adding on here. Left his cup, left his wallet. Would love to see a comeback from Mr. Joseph. Chris Carter in the chat. Where's Charlie? He is out somewhere. Not exactly sure where he is. He's doing Charlie things right now. Having a good time doing it. Probably at a Halloween party. Chris Carter, the question is, where are you? There's a seat open, it looks like. I say jump on into this game, sir. Chris Carter saying it's literally called Charlie's Game. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is his game. We're just playing in it. Alex looking down at the pocket queens. Charlie working behind the scenes to make this game happen. And he deserves all the credit for Charlie's game. And what a wild success it is, especially for a 1-2 game. We have a full roster week after week. We have new faces, we have returning faces, and everything in between, if there is anything in between. The round of each is now known as Chris's game. Okay, Chris, you put the roster together. You get that live stream up and running, and we will call it Chris's game. King high on this flop. King 6-5. Tony flopping the best of it. Alex with the pocket queens. Can't like to see that king on the flop, so he does check. That's a bobblehead Pikachu that he's got. That's pretty good. And Tony going to bet. Jason going to fold. Alex going to call. Not giving up on those queens just yet. And there's a queen. Alex pulls ahead, gets the check mark. And the river card's a 4. Alex still way ahead here. Going to Value Town. Let's see if he can bring Tony along with him. Chris Carter says he's not coming. He's just calling it Chris's game. Okay, all right. And it looks like Tony flips in a call chip. Alex taking Tony to Value Town. $70 was the river bet. Looks like about the maximum. Not sure if Tony would have called an all-in, but he's only got $45 behind. It is possible. Chris, we'll work on a game that we can call Chris's game. I'm trying to think of some wild card game. He says he'll see us next week, maybe. Okay, well, maybe I'll look forward to it. Yeah, Big O, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Rudy's got that one locked up. It would have to be something fruity, like pineapple, but not the crazy pineapple. And here we go. We're on to hand number 20. Chris saying, no, he does not have Big O locked up. That sounds like shots fired. We may have to do a heads-up Big O championship. Rudy versus Carter. The Rooter game. And see who comes out on top of that one. Maybe Raspberry for the Carter game. It would be hours of chops. Yeah, I don't know if you could do heads up, Big O, really. Michael in the chat saying, tell Matt to loosen up. Throw some chips in the middle. Matt doing pretty good. He's up to 405. He's been throwing chips in the middle when it benefits him. Alex with the pocket kings on the button. Gets a caller from Joseph, yes, sir, who has just added on. And the flop comes out king 7-7, if the card reader is to be believed. Alex with a full house right there off the rip. Joseph maybe making a steam call here. Oh, okay. King 10-7. Joseph's call makes a lot more sense now. There's 2 clubs on board. The turn card, if it's a 10, Joseph gets the flush. I have a little card read error here. Alex thinking about it. And he calls. Oh, he goes all in. Joseph really put to the test here. Alex does have the king of clubs as well. If there are 3 clubs on the board, then that 4th one would give Alex the higher flush. And the river card. It looks like another club. Is it the 8 of clubs? Wow. No, it looks like it paired the board. King's full for Alex. And Joseph getting up, taking his cup with him, unfortunately. Again, what a great showing by Mr. Joseph. Just ran into some bad luck. Flush versus boat. King's full for Alex. And we've got another couple of hands here on our Halloween live stream. Thank you for checking us out. Thanks for watching. We're having a good time here watching some poker on Halloween. We've got Ghostface himself. I meant to say Ghostface himself. Mr. Basil dressing up. Buddha looking down at the King 10. He's in the +1 spot. Gonna raise it up to $16. Alex coming along for the ride. 7-4 offsuit. He's got position. And Tony getting out of there with the King 7. Heads up to the flop. $16 bet is about what you need to do to isolate. Just a friendly 1-2-16 game. 10-5 deuce, 2 diamonds on board. Buddha with top pair, good kicker. Alex needing a couple of running cards to make it straight. Buddha bets. Alex folds. Buddha scoops the pot. And the button moves. We've got Tony in the small blind. Jason in the big blind. He is the newest addition to the table, but has been here for a good couple of hands now. Jason's VPIP right at 20%. Played 1 out of 5 hands. And we are moving on here. See our brush in the background. Brittany delivering some, I was going to say Coca-Colas, but it's clearly Dr. Pepper. I always call anything carbonated a Coke. I don't know. I think that's a regional thing. And it looks like it folds around here. Dennis on the button with the King Jack, the house hand. Everybody folds. Dennis makes a smooth call. Tony makes a raise. Dennis makes a call. And we are off to the flop. Heads up to the flop, I think for the second time in a row. Pretty curious. Flop is ace high, ace 6-4. Neither player probably feeling good about that hand. Tony with the 10-7 decides to keep up the aggression out of the small blind. He's going to bet. Dennis not going to stay around to find out what that turn is, and he folds. And we got some poker up here on the big screen. It looks like the main event. got old Lady Foxen up there. Who famously did not win. She was a big favorite going into the final table. Pulled off, maybe didn't pull off, maybe attempted a very significant bluff. I think she had a read on her opponent that was not a good read and ended up stacking off against him. Big hand. And here we go. Hand number 23. Couple of aces out there. Jack 4 for Buddha in the big blind. He is suited, but I got to know, what's a Jack for? For fixing a car. A couple of clubs coming off. Tony and Buddha with the club draw. Buddha with the Jack high flush draw. Tony with just 9 high. But he does flop up and down for a straight. Needs a 6 of clubs for a straight flush. Dennis going to raise it up to 25 after Basil bets 5. Buddha throws his hand away. Doesn't like the Jack 4. Alex coming along, though. He does like the ace deuce. Oh, ace 10 8. No 2 clubs. And the turn card is a mystery. Our card reader having a little bit of trouble here. Makes more sense to get rid of the Jack 4 of clubs. Alex throwing out a bet. Dennis really thinking about it. $55 to call here. Looks like he does have 2 pair. But he folds. If the graphics are to be believed. Tony with the 9-7 here of clubs. He folds. Alex going to pick up that pot. And we are moving on to the next one here. And don't forget, Sundays at KoJack's. This is the place to be. This Sunday, we got our deep stack tournament. $240 to get you a seat. $240 to let you re-enter. And $100 add on in our first break. We'll get you a pretty decent amount of chips. I don't know exactly the structure, but if I had to guess, I'd say $100K in chips for $100. $3,000 guaranteed for this tournament. I'm sure we're going to have a good turnout for that one, though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see us go over that guarantee by a lot. We'll have to check that out when we get there. Sundays, KoJack's, going to be the place to be. Mary with the ace-7 making the call here. Basil not with the Jack-10, the Jack-9 of spades. George with pocket 7s. Tony with the ace-jack. And it looks like we're going to be 5 ways to the flop here. $12 to go. 63 in the middle. The flop comes out. King 10-5. Jason makes a pair of kings. Mary's still looking for an ace. I think all of the 7s are accounted for. George, no hope of making a set. And Basil staring at a $21 bet from Jason with top pair. Got 1 spade on the board. Could get a queen for a straight, but he decides not to chase and folds instead. George makes the call for $21. Tony also calling, looking for a queen for Broadway. Basil really dodging disaster there. A 3 of hearts. All right. Let me see here. All right, we're having a hard time. Can you hear me?
See it?
There we go. Jason's got it. All right. We're flipping around. Wait, I can't read any of this. Whoa! That's me. Happy Halloween, everybody. We got Jason here too. And I mean Jason Voorhees showing up. I don't know if you can I don't know if can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear anything. This mask is quite scary. Happy Halloween, everybody.
KoJack's.
Thanks for watching on KoJack's. We got, I think, one more hand here to go. But I just wanted to show you, we got some festivities going on. Jason is about to slaughter me from behind. Not the best. Every time I look at the camera, I'm a little bit scared. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Happy Halloween from KoJack's. Are you gonna kill anybody?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Y'all have a safe Halloween, everybody out there. Have some fun.
That mask is hot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
That mask is warm. Oh, here we go. We got Pig Nose. We got Pig Nose. We got Pig Nose. This one. Oh, okay. There we go. Happy Halloween. Too good. Too good. Yeah, we're having fun here. I hope everybody else is having a good time. I believe this is actually going to be the last hand here. Alex with the King Queen, raising it up to 15. I like those rhymes all the times. And Buddha with the Ace 4 on the button. It's going to throw it away. Mary with the pocket jacks. What a hand to go out on. And here we go. Queen 9-5. Alex hits top pair. Good kicker. Mary's going to check her option. Alex throwing out a bet. Looks like 15 more bucks. 31 is the pot, so about half-size pot. She's going to make the call. Not giving up on the pocket jacks just yet. I don't blame her. Wants to see what develops on the turn. A 6 of diamonds, no help for Mary. She's going to check her option. Alex still best. And there's a bet. Looks like 40. She's all in. If she's all in for less, that is a call. We're off to the run out here. Yeah, just shy of $40. And Alex turns over the pair of queens. She shows the pair of jacks, and the river card is a jack. Mary gets it. And that is our last hand, everybody. I don't know who was in the booth a minute ago. What was that scary guy doing here? And Jason Voorhees, how crazy. But thanks for watching, everybody. We sure had a good time. Let us know in the chat what you are dressing up as on YouTube. This video will be posted. You'll be able to comment on the video and let us know. Also, hope to see you out here on Sunday. We've got that Deep Stack tournament coming up this Sunday, and not next one, but the one following. We will be doing that Deep Stack. $240 to get you a seat, and should be a good tournament with a good turnout. $3K in guarantees there.